Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Happily Booked, the bookcast where two kindred spirits believe that the pursuit of happiness is the same thing as reading a good book and being able to talk about it. We're your hostesses, Brooke
and Beck.
I don't want to punch her.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, I'm really loud. I'm not trying to yell at everybody. Scoot mine away. Aha. Can you still hear me? You can still hear me.
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Yeah, yours
Still
has to be
hear
like
you.
all up on your face.
Yeah.
Mine's like 2 feet away from me. Well, 2026.
Woo woo.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Hope everybody had a good we've already done Thanksgiving, but had a good Thanksgiving and Christmas and Happy New Year and yeah.
All the holidays.
If you have any New Year's resolutions, go ahead and send them to us. I want to know if you feel comfortable sharing. Maybe you've already failed like me. No, I haven't technically failed. It's okay, everybody. It's not a temperature blanket, so that's all that matters. Well, this is a video. Back again in my creepy basement.
Don't worry, though. Next week is going to be completely different.
Yeah, I'm hoping it'll look decent. We'll have to... I don't know when you're going to have to get here.
Yeah.
You might have to get here at like 9 or 10.
I'll bring my laptop if I need to, so I can finish stuff.
And set stuff up. I'm imagining it over there. Okay.
It's going to be so nice.
Woo, well, welcome back. So, welcome to season 4. Maybe we should just leave all that in.
Yeah. When I watch it, I'll be like, okay, is this boring or is this fun?
At least it didn't take that long to figure out. That's what really matters. Okay, season 4, episode 1.
Oh no.
I feel like I've got to move around now around a camera. Yeah, okay. This will be our statistics. I did bring 2 books down to haul because it slipped my mind that it was just our statistics. So
I think it's okay to haul them.
So I got this. The Bookwoman of Troublesome Creek by Michele Richardson. I'm gonna go quick. It'll be all right. You can look at this, of course. This is the book club book for the book club me and my mom are in, and that's in like 3 weeks now or something. So I don't know. I hope it's good. I hope I'm not gonna be like bored to death by it. It's probably very good. Over 1 million copies sold.
Wow.
It's gotta be halfway decent. So then my sister-in-law gave this to me, sort of for Christmas, sort of not. It's The Housemaid by Frieda McFadden. Okay. I have been dipping my toes in Frieda McFadden. I'm not like in love with her or anything, but I do think The Housemaid is going to be very good. So I'm interested still in reading her books, even though I'm not like, oh, Frieda McFadden's amazing. You know, I don't really... It's okay. So...
You're not going to talk about this one?
That's not really a haul.
Oh, okay.
That's actually more of a currently reading.
Oh, okay.
So, currently reading Earth Abides by George R. Stewart, which talk about next week. So, oh man, I know I texted you like a couple days ago, and I was like, "Are y'all coming or whatever?" And you're like, "Yeah." We're like, "Woo, so excited!" I'm like, "So, are we doing a normal episode, or are we doing statistics?" And you're like, "Stats," and I was like, "Yeah." No, yeah, we probably should do that. That adds up with everything we've done so far. And I'm like, all I've got to do is look at Storygraph. I feel like I should have done more, though, because I feel like I'm not prepared.
That's okay. I texted her back and said, I'm going to be winging it, so...
Yeah.
I mean, Storygraph did all the work for me anyway.
It's true.
I just have to read off of here.
Right. So, no quotes today. Taking a peek at Stetson.
Oh.
He's snoozing. We're cutting off the passy.
Oh.
Cutting off the passy, cutting off the bottle. So
How's
I'm sure that's
going?
Not that bad.
Okay, that's good.
But I'm sure that's having an effect on his mood a little bit as well.
Emma was really hard to de-passy.
Mm-hmm.
I had to actually throw it away, and I felt like a terrible mom. I threw it in the trash. I said, Emma, you're too old for this now. You have to it has to go bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
Then she's like looking for it a couple days
Right.
later. I'm like, no, remember when we threw it in the trash?
Yeah, it's gone
And she's
bye-bye.
like trying to go get it out. I'm like, you can't get it out of the trash. It's gone. It was so sad.
I know. That's basic. So I was talking to my friend Cherie. We had a play date a couple weeks ago. We were just hanging out. Oh, that was loud. We were just hanging out in her like kids' playroom with one of her kids was actually at her parents' house, so she only had her youngest. So that him and Stetson were playing, and we're just chatting, and I'm like, how was the passy with him and with her other child? And she was just saying how like one of them like completely did it on his own, like he just didn't want the passy anymore, and it was like, oh, that's nice. And then she said the other one, she was like, I had to just take it away, and I was like, how did you do that? Like I know there's many methods you could try,
Right.
And she was like, just cold turkey, man, just took it away. And I was like, you know what? I'm going for it. This cold turkey. So he'll like go to he'll want to go lay down and a rock and stuff, and we read when we're rocking, which he's been very like, don't touch me, Mom, about. Like he already won't sit in my lap anymore to rock. Really, he'll sit next to me in the recliner in his room, which is fine. But like I'll just be sitting there, and the chair's only so big,
Right.
I'm sitting there holding the book, and I'm starting to read it, and he's like, he'll be fine, and then suddenly he'll be like, move your arm, like just, and I'm like, bro, I can only go so far away from you. But he'll say, I want my passy, and I'm like, no, buddy, passy went bye-bye, and he'll get all upset, and he's like, passy, come back, and I'm like, I'll say, it might come back, but it might not. That's the extent of my teaching for my child right now. So,
oh, poor Stetson.
Yeah, and I'll be like, you want some milk? In reference to a bottle. I'll be like, you want some milk? And he'll be like, in a bottle? I'm like, no, you can have it in a sippy cup. And he'll just sort of sit there and think for a second, and he's like, milk in a sippy cup? And I was like, yeah, do you want it in this red sippy cup, or do you want it in this green sippy cup? Ooh, options! So
it's like not the passy and the bottle at the same time, Mom.
I know. I was like, we gotta do it. Gotta do it. You're 2. Gotta do it. And I don't want it to be a bigger problem later on.
Yeah.
And trying to potty train, which feels like impossible. I know I could get him like, because they go in like diapers and they can't really feel it, and that's like the point of the diapers and stuff. And I'm like, I know I could get him like underwear that he could feel it in, and then be like, oh my gosh, that's not fun. Let me hold it and then use the potty. But I don't feel like doing that right now.
You don't feel like cleaning up pee pants?
Yeah.
And pee bed and
don't
maybe
feel like
a pee carpet.
Yeah. Don't feel like it. And you know what? I think that's okay.
So, since it was just me and the girls, well, I guess Deepak was there when Emma was potty training. But I used to just let them run around naked. And then if they had to go to the bathroom, we just went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Only one time ever did Ella just stand in the floor and look at me and pee in the floor, and I'm like,
and she was probably mortified when she did it. Like, what am I doing?
You couldn't go sit on the toilet?
Yeah. Like, what's happening? One time after his bath recently, he got out and like I was drying him off and stuff, and he's just being rambunctious lately about everything, being unnecessarily dramatic in every form or fashion for no reason. So he like didn't want me to get him dressed, so he's like bending down trying to like play with the toys that are in there, and he's like, oh, can I brush my teeth? But no, I don't really want to brush my teeth. God forbid. So doing all sorts of stuff, and suddenly he just starts to pee.
Oh.
And he looked down and he stopped himself. He was like, what was that? And I'm like, let's put your little butt on the potty. Pee on the toilet.
That is so funny. Did he pee on the toilet?
No.
Oh.
He has yet to actually pee on the toilet. There was a little bit of a trickle one day, but it was barely anything, so.
So my mom used to, and I did this too, but she would take the girls and she'd be like, okay, it's probably time to go potty. We're going to go sit down. And she would give them a book to read and let them sit. And if they went, they went. And if they didn't, she tried again in a few minutes. So.
And they sat there and read the book?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be nice.
Girls are different than boys. I don't have boys, but I've heard that girls are different.
I hear that all the time. So, like, he'll sit there, and most of the time. Right now, he's very emotional. You know, he's got the little rash or bumps or whatever, and he's having a time. He's okay, but he's really emotional right now.
Yeah.
But normally, on a good day, he'll go in there, sit on the potty. I'll, like, pull his pants and everything down. He'll sit on the potty, and then I'll be like, all right, count to 10 or count to 20. And, like, we count to 10 or 20, and he's fine. And then he gets up. And then, like, that's the extent, though. Maybe I should, like, get up to 30 and 40. And I could try a book, though. I've not tried a book. I just don't know if he'll, like, actually sit there and look at it.
He might.
He might.
I have a picture of Ella on the potty chair with a newspaper.
You should get that in, like, black and white and put it up in the bathroom. That's cute. That's cute.
My mom also has a picture of me like that, I think.
It's generational.
That's where I got the idea from.
That's a cute idea. I might try something like that. A little bathroom decor. Anyway, this is not what our podcast is about.
It's not.
But
it's not.
That's just what we're doing in my life right now. So.
And maybe there's some of you out there who can relate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, okay. Phew.
Now for the nerdy nitty gritty.
Not the nitty gritty. Statistics. We never there's never a real plan to this so far. We just sort of go through what Storygraph says.
Yeah. But you will need to screenshot whatever you talk about so you can send it to me and I can add it in.
Okay. Yeah. Good thinking. Well, who wants to start off? You want to start off? You want me to start off?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Best 2 out of 3?
Sure.
Okay.
Dadgum.
Loser! Okay.
That was harsh, Brooke.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, we got the same drink today. I copied you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay.
All right. You won. So go ahead.
Oh, I thought it was... Okay, Becky. I'll go first. It's fine.
In what world do losers go first, Brooke?
I thought it was the loser has to read all of her statistics first.
We should have established that.
I'll go first, though. I don't care. Rock, paper, scissors was fun. I'll play rock, paper, scissors with you any day, Becky. Okay. I've read a lot this past year. In
Yes,
2025, I
you
read a lot. And it's like a little crazy. It's a big number for me. I've seen people on YouTube who have larger numbers, and I'm like, y'all are insane. Because this was insane.
Maybe their children are older.
I think so.
And they don't have farms.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait for the day when Stetson's like, I want to read. And, like, he can read.
Yeah. Give him a Harry Potter book.
Yeah. So, I read 101 books. I'm sorry, that says 102 books.
And she has her contacts in.
I do.
That's a crazy thing.
I read 102 books. I read 16,493 pages.
Wow.
249.98 hours, which is not that much, I feel like. Average time to finish one book was 8 days. Was an 8 days. You know how, like, when I read synopses, I can't, like, pronounce anything correctly? Yeah. I actually do know how to read, though. I read 102 books.
Did you understand them?
Yes, and if I didn't, I DNF'd it. For moods, The most mood of the books I read was dark books, and then mysterious books, tense books, which we could all figure that out. If it's too happy, it's like I just don't want to read it. Tense, adventurous, emotional, reflective, then down to sad, which is funny because like if I read a lot of dark stuff, typically they're pretty sad. But sad is actually way further down. Funny, then inspiring, informative, hopeful, and lighthearted. Lighthearted is like the tiniest little color square. Y'all,
Yeah.
you'll get a screenshot.
Brooke doesn't.
You'll see it in a minute.
Brooke doesn't like lighthearted.
Apparently not. That's why I'm like, is this gonna be happy? Is this gonna be a happy story? You know, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with a happy story. So, for pacing, I read mostly fast-paced stories. 55% of my books were fast-paced. Then I read 41% of them were medium-paced. And then for slow-paced, I just have 4%. Which, because if it's slow-paced, I'm most likely not even going to want to read it. For page number, I read a lot of short books this year. 57% of my books were less than 300 pages.
Wow.
40% were between 300 and 499 pages, which is like a good medium to starting to be large book to me. And then only 3% were over 500 pages or 500 up, which was what? That's the wrong pie slice. That's not what I wanted to click. There we go. It says 2 books were that big. Tell me what they were.
I hear your son again.
Yeah. Which was, I knew it was going to be this one because when I read it, I was like, this is a large book. It's like the largest book I've read all year. And that was Feed by Mira Grant. And that was 599 pages.
Wow.
So I've been thinking about that series. I thought I was really going to like that book, and the book was okay. But lately I'm like, maybe I should dive back in. Maybe I'll like the next one. I mean, I liked it okay, but it wasn't entirely what I was hoping it would be, you know? So,
yeah.
And then By Any Other Name by Jodi Picoult is actually what they tell me her name is how her name is pronounced. It's 525 pages, so which I did not remember that. I definitely thought it was only going to be this book, Feed. Anyway, for audiobook length, 60% of my audiobooks were from 8 hours to 15 hours long. Yeah, 60% of my audiobooks were 8 hours, in the range of 8 hours to 15 hours and 59 minutes. And then 40% of my books were less than 8 hours long. Fiction versus nonfiction. Man. 98% of my books were fiction, which that adds up for me. What was my 2%? That's not what I wanted to click, phone. My nonfiction 2%. 2 books, which was Fuzz, When Nature Breaks the Law by Mary Roach. 5 stars. Loved that book. That book was that was a good book. And then The Inner Life of Animals by Peter Wohlleben, which I also gave 5 stars. I really enjoyed that one. I didn't realize there's a series he had, though. That was number 2. Oh, okay. The first one is The Hidden Life of Trees. Okay. Oh, thud. Oh, he's so cute. Then, for genres, I read mostly sci-fi. When I say mostly, the largest, what am I trying to say? I read sci-fi for the largest portion for genres. Does that make sense? I can't think right now. That's only been asleep for like 2 seconds. Yeah, I read almost 40 sci-fi books according to this. That's a lot. And then 30 thriller, and then just over 20 horror, and then mystery, and then we have short stories, which they overlap. I know I say this like every time we do this. The genres overlap. Like there's sci-fi short stories, there might be horror short stories.
Right.
So, wow. My least amount are like tied, like science, nature.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Poetry, history, fantasy. Because apparently I won't read fantasy. Middle grade. Then for format, I knew I was gonna like. I know I've mainly read on my Kindle this past year, I should say. We are now in 2026. 56% of my reading for format was digital. 29% was audio, and then 15% was an actual physical printed on paper book.
I am choking. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
don't do that. They're there. They're there.
Gracious.
It's the cinnamon on the drink.
Killing all the listeners.
My most read authors was Martha Wells. She's the author of the Murderbot Diaries. So I'm on this like the 6th book. So that makes sense. And then Veronica Roth, which I did not expect. But I did forget. I think I read the Divergent series this year, which was by Veronica Roth. And that was 3 books. And then I also have read like 2 short stories also by her this past year. So that adds up. And then James Patterson, I think I read like 3 books by him, 3 or more. 4, actually, to be exact. Sarah Shepard, she's the author of the Pretty Little Liars series. I read the 4 first original books in that series. There's like 15. I have not dived into those. Lexi has. She likes that series. And I, quite frankly, I like the show more. I don't like the books as much.
Yeah.
When you read the books, I meant to say this, like where we're at in the show, that was only the 3rd episode.
Mm-hmm.
The books are like, that's like by the 3rd book.
Oh.
It's like it's all thrown in. So the show expands a lot. Like a lot. And it's not all accurate to the books, but I like the show more actually, which is not something I normally say. Then Becky Chambers, which I read like 3. It says 3. I can't remember exactly which 3. Oh, I can remember. The Monk and Robot books. It's A Psalm for the Wild Built and A Prayer for the Crown Shy. And then, which ultimately I guess ended up being my favorite book of the year, was To Be Taught If Fortunate by Becky Chambers. So, which we can dive into that in a minute. Then Stephen Graham Jones, which I think this was just like 3 short stories. I haven't read. No, yeah, I don't think I've read a full-length novel by him this past year. Edward Ashton, that was like at the beginning of the year. That was Mickey 7 and Antimatter Blues. Mary Kubica was near the beginning of the year as well. That was when we started the book club with the one me and my mom were in. We started that one. Our first 2 books was a Mary Kubica book for the first month and the next month. And then T. Kingfisher, I read. I'm trying to think of what the series is called off the top of my head. It's What Moves the Dead is the first book. It's a Sworn Soldier series. That's what it's called. There's a 3rd book out now, which I haven't read. The first one is what did I just say?
What Moves the Dead?
What Moves the Dead. And then the next one is What Feasts at Night. And I can't remember the 3rd one. The new one. I can't remember that name. I'll have to look it up. But I do want to read it at some point.
That's my cue.
There you go. The picture?
It's now.
Right here.
Yeah, right there.
Right there. And then it says Andrew Burrell, which was also just was James Patterson. It was like James Patterson and Andrew Burrell. And that was the Texas Ranger series. Wow, I was really glad I could basically remember almost all those books.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Because I'm looking at my list going, oh,
You're
what
like,
was that?
who's that?
What book was that?
Then the language I read, well, I don't know why German's on here. I read
Click
it.
on it. See what
I read it
says.
all in English, I thought. We Were Liars? Oh, okay. So on Storygraph, the only, like, for the audio, I think it was Storygraph, something happened. And it was the German version on my Storygraph.
But
So,
you did not listen to it in German.
No. And I actually did not like that book. That book was not good. That was like one of the only books I actually finished reading this year where I was like, I wouldn't recommend this to anybody.
You might have liked it better in German.
Maybe. I would have known what they were saying. So maybe I would have. Number of books, pages, and minutes. We've already sort of gone over that. 102 books, over 16,000 pages, 249 hours. My star ratings, I was pretty generous with my ratings this year. A lot of books they got 5 stars, okay? They got them.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I think back on it and I'm like, was it really 5 stars? And, I mean, I'm not going to go change it, so I guess so. I gave, what does that say? 41 books, 5-star rating. 4 books, a 4.5-star rating, which I try not to do the halvesies and the quarters and the 75s and all that.
Right.
I try to just do an even number because that's easiest. But sometimes it's hard. It's like, it's not quite 5 stars, but it's not 4.
Right.
Then I gave 41 books 4 stars. And then I gave 15 books 3 stars. Then I gave 1 book 2 stars, which was We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. That was a book I want to try to go to reading through Raleigh again with my friend Lexi. But the past few months, of course, when you get into the seasonal time of the year, it's harder to do a lot of things. But even before that, several months before, they were like, all the books they were reading for that book club was just like romance. And I was like, I'm not going to read it. And although their thing is like reading is optional, which it's a book club, but sure. I'm not gonna just go for like a random Thursday night.
Yeah.
If I'm not gonna have read the book.
Right.
So I haven't gone. And I actually texted her. She's in Canada.
Wow.
Like she's in Canada right now.
What part of Canada is she in?
Quebec.
Oh, okay.
I think. I could try to look for you.
What's she doing in Canada?
Her and her boyfriend just went to travel.
That's fun.
Yeah. I think they regret going at this time of year, though.
Oh, because it's so cold?
Yeah, it's like absolutely freezing. I took that picture. That's her profile picture. I took that.
Nice.
Is this a Canada thing? No, that's Switzerland. No, it's 2024. She's so well traveled. Well, it's not on there anymore. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Quebec. But yeah, she was like, it's too cold. She's like, we're dying. I was like, yeah, I'm a little jealous. I would like to go to Canada. But I was like, I'm not jealous of you right now because I don't want to go to Canada in winter.
Not at all.
No. I'll go in the spring or summer. Maybe the fall. It's already going to be pushing it, though, in Canada.
Right.
So, anyway. So, I got on to Lexi because she did reading through Raleigh and told me about it. Anyway. So, one of their books was We Were Liars, and that was one of the ones I read. And me and Lexi were like, no, she didn't read it. I told her about it. And she was like, oh, was it good? I was thinking about that one. And I was like, honestly, not good.
Don't bother.
Not good. Very boring, very dumb, not good. So, but who am I? E. Lockhart has many fans, so I'm nobody. I did not like it. So, that, I kind of went through it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I hope everything I said made sense. What was my favorite book of the year, though? That, I had to tell Fable, which is another book app I've been using. And I had to tell Fable what my favorite book was because it asked me a bunch of questions.
Okay.
And I posted this on my Instagram, which you liked all of the things that I... So, it says, Fable 2025 Reading Wrap. Yeah, cute. Let's look back at this year's journey and the stories you explored. This year you read 102 books, reaching 157% of your goal. My goal was 65. Oh, yeah. You exceeded your goal of 65 books by 37 extra books. That's ridiculous. This year, you read for 334 days. Like, straight.
Consistently.
Yeah. I was really trying hard for that. I really liked the streak. I'm in the top 1% of all Fable readers because of that. On average, you finished each book in 8 days, which I think is what Storygraph said. Your longest streak was 118 days. Okay, I don't know. You're in the top 5% of thrillers readers on Fable. Your most popular pick, well, this makes sense because it was a Netflix show now, is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson, which I absolutely enjoyed so much. I can't wait to read the next few ones. I actually got Katie to read it, and she's now already read the second book, and she said it's also very good. I don't know if she started the third one yet because it's a 3-book series.
Yeah.
But I can't wait. I'm excited. I can't wait to read the next one of that because I really, really liked that book. That was very good. 501,857 people also listed that book. That's crazy. Your rarest read on Fable, that is, was The Desert of Glass by Michael C. Grumley. And only 64 people on Fable listed that. That was like the sequel to... shoot. Hold on.
Pause.
The Desert of Glass is the second book. Oh, something about Monument. It's the Monument series. The Last Monument by Michael C. Grumley is the first one. I like that one a lot more than the second one. They were both kind of like... I only even read the first one in that series because I was originally going to take it to Colorado because it's set in Denver.
Mm-hmm.
This one's not. This is the sequel. But I could have lived without those books. They were all right. They weren't that great to me, but they were okay. Your hottest take was giving this book a 5-star rating, which is The Road of Bones by Christopher Golden, which everybody in the book club I'm in did not like. The average Fable community rated it 3 and
0.25.
Yeah, I guess so. Stars. Now let's close your story with 3 books that you made this year special. Your best book of the year. Oh, this is where it made me pick. And I was going through all of these, and I was like, none of these. Until I got to, I did think about The Bear. I really liked The Bear, and I really liked The Road. But I did not pick those. I picked... Where is it? Scootaloo. Aha! To Be Taught If Fortunate by Becky Chambers. Because it was so good, it was so sweet, it was so quiet and sad at the same time, and pondering the meaning of life, and these people have to reflect on the lives that they left behind on Earth, and they'll never get to go home, and they're asking about what Earth is still like and stuff, even though they'll never get an answer. It was just Very sad,
Mm-hmm.
but beautiful. And I really, really liked it. I really liked how it was written. And it's also really short. It was also very short. And I wished it was longer because it was so good. This one I don't remember what I picked. Most criminally underrated. I don't remember what I clicked. No, not that one. I think I picked that one. All Hallows. And then the beautiful cover I just picked Wild Dark Shore. There was a decent amount of good looking covers, but I thought Wild Dark Shore was very nice. I like the ocean with the warm tones in it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's the one I picked for underrated. I might be changing my thing. But yeah, okay. That's basically, well, let's get started on your next year's story. I already did all this, Fable. Go away.
Oh no.
Yeah. So all of that to say that my favorite book, which it was actually kind of hard to pick because there was only a couple books where I was thinking that could really be like a favorite book of the year.
Yeah.
And it really was not that many. So I picked To Be Taught If Fortunate because I thought it was really well written and beautiful, and I really enjoyed it. But it could have been The Road by Cormac McCarthy. That one was like crazy bleak, but very good. And then The Bear by Andrew Krivak. I think that's his name.
I think so.
Yeah, that one was really good as well. But it was like, there's something about a heart-wrenching story that like just sticks with me more. And The Bear was a little bit lighthearted.
You read a quote from that one?
Yeah, that one was hard to get through. I remember that quote. Because it's sort of how I feel about the rooster. We've got a mean rooster out there.
Oh no, not another one.
Oh yeah.
Let him know what happened to that last one.
Oh, he's gonna find out what happened. So anyway, but you know, there's a lot of emotions in stories, and I like a good heart-wrenching story, but not like, it depends on the content. Yeah. Sometimes the content's like too much, and sometimes it's just like, that was the perfect blend of sadness, and let's look at humanity and what makes us humans and our kindness with each other and stuff like that. So yeah, that was probably my favorite. My least favorite was probably We Were Liars, because it was, of course there's books I DNF'd, which I haven't even said, but like, I don't know, it was like 5 books or something. I'm not going into it. So yeah. My new goal. I don't know if I put it on Storygraph. Fable made me do it, but it was going over it again. I don't remember how you do it on Storygraph now. Aha. So what did I click then? For Fable. What did I pick? Because I reached 102. My goal was 65. I think I only put like 70 as my goal. And I'm going to do that right here. Because I actually want to read less. I don't want to read 100 books.
She says that now, but wait.
Yeah, come like August or September, I might get unhinged. I feel like I rushed a lot this past year with books. A lot of them were short stories, but not all of them. So I feel like I just sort of rushed.
That's the competitive side of you. She's very competitive, even with herself.
And like, that's the only other competition in here. Like,
Becky, you're nothing.
I'm not competing against you, Becky. We're buds. I do compete against my mom sometimes. I don't know if she knows that, but
she does now.
She does now. So, I just feel like I rushed a lot. I feel like I just didn't like read just to enjoy the book, which sounds dumb because there's several books I read and I thoroughly enjoyed and loved, but like, it's hard to talk. Oh, what's that noise? I just want to slow down a little, you know? I think I could easily reach 70. I think I want to spend more time doing like video games too. I've been having fun starting to play on my Switch again. And I want to crochet, and there's Christmas things I haven't finished. So I'm trying to finish
Did you finish your sweater?
I did finish my sweater. I need to show you.
Yeah, you
It's
do.
very cute. I never wore it though. It was too hot for Christmas. Should have worn it on Thanksgiving. Yeah, there's stuff I want to crochet. I want to try to play some video games. I also want to read, of course. I want to read. But, I just want to, like, relax. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like I made myself work way harder to reach a number that I didn't care about.
Yeah.
So I don't want to read 102 books ever again in 1 year, probably. But I'm sure it'll happen at some point. Hopefully not this year. I want to chill. I actually started this book, the book I'm currently reading. Do y'all remember what it is? I'm not going to say it. Before, like, I think I read it just after Christmas when everybody who was visiting went home.
Mm-hmm.
And I still have not finished it or gotten through very far.
You started this before Christmas?
Like right after Christmas.
Oh, right after Christmas.
Like probably the 27th or 28th.
It is crazy that that's still where you are in the book.
Yeah. It's a good book, though. I like it. So I'm trying to just chill. That's my goal for 2026.
To chill.
To chill.
That's a good goal.
Yeah, I think
not
so.
bad.
Well, like, everybody's like, oh, I only read, like, 20 books. And I'm like, 20 is a good number. 20 is a perfectly fine number.
Especially if they're big books.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I think I said that at the beginning of last year, too. But I would like to try to read some bigger books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
we'll see who talks more on the podcast about books this year. I've read 5 this week.
None of them were short stories. They were all full-length novels.
Imagine.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, that's all I want to say about my stats and my goals, and
okay.
So,
well, maybe you can do your goals and I'll do mine, and maybe we'll talk about them a little bit next week.
Yeah.
Just to, because I think last year when we did this, we did our goals on the episode.
Yeah.
I'm not setting mine up either, not yet.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I was looking at this. You did all of your pie charts, but when I clicked over here, it started off with my first book of 2025, which was Robert Jordan's The Gathering Storm.
That's the sorry, not to interrupt you, but
no, you're good.
That's when you click the wrap up? Is that what you did?
Yeah.
I didn't click the wrap up. It's prettier though. It's got nicer pictures.
So that was my first book, and it was funny because I was looking at my chart that said the author you spent the most time with.
Mm-hmm.
Last year it was Robert Jordan.
Yeah.
And this year he's the one I spent the least amount of time with.
It's because you were just like at the end.
Yeah.
All year last year you just like read Robert Jordan. It's a good series though, I guess.
It is. It's a good series. If you like fantasy, you should read it. And Robert Jordan is a very big name in fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
So my last book that I read was called The Christmas Swap.
It makes sense.
And that book was okay. We didn't talk about it because
I was about to say, I don't think we talked about that
in between. But it was a Christmas romance, I guess. And it was a clean romance. I've read like 3 or 4 of those in the end of December. And that one that I read with the ghost, that was a little...
I think about that sometimes.
That was a little hokey.
How you just did not like, you were like, this book is so stupid.
This one was pretty good. It was pretty decent. I did think there was one more in between this and the other one that was also a Christmas romance. I cannot remember the name of that one, but we'll probably talk about it in the next episode. But I felt like the romance, yes, they were a couple in high school or something, and it's been like 20 years, but I still felt like the romance moved a little fast.
Yeah.
It was still well written. I don't remember the name of that one. This one's called The Christmas Swap. And it was about two families who swap houses for Christmas.
What?
Yeah. So the one family lives in Colorado, and they are older, and it's really the husband's idea. Actually, it's the husbands in both families who have this idea. He wants to go to Colorado for Christmas and have a white Christmas because they're from Phoenix and they don't have snow in Phoenix and it's hot. And he doesn't want to spend 80 degrees for Christmas. So, but and the other family, hold on, I might have said this backwards. I did. It's accurate. The one family wants to spend Christmas where there's not snow and it's not cold.
Yeah.
Again, that was the husband's idea. And the rest of the family was like, that's dumb. And the other family wants to spend Christmas with snow.
Right.
But really, it's only the dad who really wants it. And there's a girl who's family friends with the ones who live in Phoenix. And they go to Colorado. So she goes with them because she spends all the holidays with them because her parents are missionaries and they're in Africa. So she's not spending Christmas with them. So anyway, they go to Colorado, and the guy who owns the house in Colorado is actually the son of the family who decided the swap thing. It's not even the parents' home. It's their son's home. And he has to agree with this. And he is a songwriter. And he makes lots of money because he writes music for one particular person who's a very popular artist. So he has lots of money, blah, blah, blah. But he's humble. And so he gets to the airport and realizes he left his music at home. But he has promised to work on it over Christmas. So it'll be done right after Christmas and they can start recording. So he has to go back and get it. And then there's like this snowstorm that starts to happen a little bit. And he ends up not being able to go. But then he meets the girl who's the family friend. And he thinks she's nice and cute, and he kind of doesn't want to go to Phoenix because he wants to spend time with this girl and see if she's
the one.
more important. Yes, more important than just a girl.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's about this little romance, and it's got all the ups and downs. You know, there's a misunderstanding, and she thinks he likes her friend instead. Her friend's kind of a jerk, and she tries to steal him from her.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, there's like, it all works out in the end, but it's just really funny. It was a really cute story.
Yeah.
And the author of that one was Melody Carlson.
What's did they not have a cover?
I guess not.
So did you listen to it on Everand?
I did, yes.
I assume it probably had a cover on there.
It did.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm on Storygraph. I'm guessing it didn't. Let me look at Everand.
I can't stand when they do that and they don't update it.
Yeah.
Because I care about dumb things like that. It just...
see.
Oh, yeah. It's like a snowy lodge in Colorado.
Yes. And it's funny because inside it looks like a lodge. They mention that it does look like a lodge.
That's fun.
It's really cute. Okay, then that was the last book I read in 2025. My mood map. You didn't talk about your mood map, so I won't.
I did talk about my moods, though, if you wanted to talk about your mood map.
Hold on, where do I go to the...
Just like that.
Hold on, I have to change the year.
Yeah, I didn't think about doing the wrap-up part, so I didn't tell you my first book or my last book. I'll have to go back. I know, I'll have to talk some more.
Okay, so... Okay, my mood... Mysterious.
That makes sense.
Was the biggest one.
Yeah.
And challenging was the smallest one.
I don't like those challenging books.
Average time.
Amen, sister.
You didn't like the lighthearted ones.
No, I don't. Yeah, your third one is lighthearted.
Oh, yeah.
That's and then funny. Adventurous, how cute. Look at you. Dark is you got a little bit of dark books on there.
Well, we'll get into some of those because I went through this phase where I was trying to read.
The short stories.
Yeah, the
Edgar Allan Poe and some other classics I can't think of now.
Classics. Bram Stoker.
Yeah.
Okay, so average time to finish was 7 days. My actual goal for next year is to do better with Storygraph.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Keep it updated.
Honestly, because I was looking through this while you were talking, and one of them was 88 days. And that's not accurate at all.
Yeah.
I just didn't go in and update. So fast pace was 41% of the books that I read. Medium pace was 45%. And slow pace, I read 14% of my books were slow pace. Page number 30 300 to 499 was 30% of the books that I read. And then 70% of my books were less than 300 pages. But that also tracks because I try to do the short stories.
Yeah. Yeah, because last year you had like much longer books because of Robert Jordan's series. And that's not when you read, no, you read Legends of the First Empire before that, right?
Yeah, that was the year before.
Yeah. I thought there was something else.
I did start back the Amelia Peabody series last year. And they're not short either.
Yeah.
They're not as long as Robert Jordan, though.
Right.
Nonfiction was 8% and fiction was 92%, which I don't remember.
Nonfiction books?
Oh, because I read the Book of James in the Bible. That was something else I tried to do, was if I read it in the Bible, I tried to put it in.
Yeah.
The Raven, that was one of the short stories.
Yeah.
Losing Control and Liking It is the book that it said.
I was gonna guess, and I knew it was gonna be that one.
And then 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John, and then Jude. Those were the short ones. Or those were the nonfiction ones. Then, how is the Raven nonfiction?
I don't know. I wasn't gonna say it, but
I didn't load that. That was something somebody previously.
Yeah.
I feel like that's.
They probably put it in as nonfiction.
Yeah, I feel like that's wrong.
It's almost like Storygraph is like, it's sort of like the Wikipedia. Like you can go in. I was just
thinking that.
I thought about that because I've added books because like they didn't have it, or they didn't have the edition that I'm reading and stuff.
Yeah, this feels a little bit inaccurate, but that's okay.
Yeah.
The genres that I read, the one I read the most were historical, which would be the Amelia Peabody books for sure. Mystery was second to that, which the Amelia Peabody books are mysteries. Mm-hmm. Then shockingly, fantasy is third.
Yeah. I know you took a turn. I was she's going to be reading just mystery this year.
And I did read a lot of mysteries, but I also read a few romances.
Yep.
So we've got classics and short stories look like they are equal, and horror.
Yeah. That must be in the classics. That counts as horror.
It's gotta be. Yeah. Dracula's gotta.
Well, we did read the Southern Book Club's Guide.
That was such a good book.
I know.
I honestly think that's my favorite book of 2025.
That was a very good book.
It was spectacular.
I can't applaud it enough. I should have picked that as my favorite book.
It was so good. I read some middle grade, literary, science fiction. What was science fiction?
Ooh.
I'm not saying that's inaccurate. I'm just. The Only Living Girl on Earth.
Oh, yeah. You said that was the weird one when you read it.
It was a little weird.
You thought it was weird.
The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Okay.
The Last Murder at the End of the World by Stewart Turton. That was so good.
I almost picked that as the most beautiful cover.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
The Egg. Stop. I'm not currently reading that. The Egg and Other Stories by Andy Weir.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
The Last Murder at the End of the World, man.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
That shocked me. The ending and the twist. I feel like I remember thinking that none of them actually being humans was something that was on my mind, but I didn't know if it would actually go that way. Mm-hmm. And when it did, I was like, that's clever right there.
It was very clever. I mean,
like, what a unique murder mystery.
Yes. Yes, unique.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so well written. Oh my goodness. Mm-hmm. This is where my inaccuracy in choosing the correct format on my book comes in, because it says 3% of the books that I read were digital. No, they weren't.
You said none of them were.
0% were digital.
You said I didn't read anything digitally.
I definitely messed up on that. And also, apparently, I chose that I physically read some books, 10%. That's also wrong. There's one book that I'm supposedly
She's
currently
still
reading.
reading it?
I'm also still only in chapter 4.
Oh, I know what it is.
It's really good.
I'm sure.
What is the name of it? Hold on.
Just Stab Me Now?
Yes, Just Stab Me Now.
By Jill something.
I actually put it on pause.
At least it won't say you took like 293
300
days
to read it.
Yeah.
I cannot remember her name. Jill, you're right. It's Jill Bearer.
It's Bear something. Bear
Hold
Up?
on. Bear Up.
Is it
Jill
Bear
Bear Up? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, she's the only physical book I'm reading.
It's hard, okay? When you're like in the groove with the way you read books, it's hard to step back out
and go into Storygraph. And
yeah.
I swear I was reading like a second or third book, and I was like, wait a minute, I don't think I put that other book in. I had not completed the first one. I hadn't put the second one in. I was on the third one. I was making updates. So
and it's even, I use like 3 book apps.
That's hilarious.
And sometimes I'll update only one of them, and I notice on the rest I'm like 2 books behind. And I'm like, wait a second.
Then you have to go reference.
Yeah.
I mean, at least you had something to reference.
Yeah. I try to take pictures sometimes.
So truthfully, 100% of my books were audio this year.
Yeah.
So there's that. Most read authors, Elizabeth Peters is number 1.
Yeah.
Beth Brower is second, which makes sense because she's also a series that I'm reading, which is the Unselected Journals of Emma M. Lyon.
Yeah, that was like 7 books or something,
It was 8.
Yeah.
And there's supposed to be 8 coming out this year, so we'll see. And then Jessica Cowrie, and I was like, I don't recognize that name, so I had to click on it. She wrote the Midnight Orchestra books.
Okay.
Well, one was called The Midnight Orchestra. The other one, let's see, why does that say number 2?
The only one I've read in that series is that one.
The Mistwick School of Musicraft. That's the first one. And then I'm pretty sure The Midnight Orchestra is the second one. This is number 5. Did I not read? Because this is 3. Did I not read the 4th one?
Oh.
Oh,
Maybe it wasn't on Everend.
Well, I listened to them on Audible. They're Audible originals.
Oh yeah, that's where I listened to that one. That makes sense.
Looks like I need to go back.
Those are books I feel like when Stetson's old enough and he wants to like listen to a book, I feel like that series would be cute.
Oh, I see. It doesn't say number 5. It's 0.5. So the Mistwick School of Musicraft is the first one. Then Camp Cacophony is the second one. And then number 2 is actually the third one. And number 3 is actually the fourth one. So that was a good series. It was a very good series.
Yeah, it's cute.
I really enjoyed it.
Well, I only read the first one, but it was very cute.
Rosie Point, which I think... Okay, yeah. She did the series that I listened to on YouTube.
The pizzas.
Yes.
Like, those pizzas look so delicious.
Yes, they do, don't they? Murder Boxed Up, I think, was the first one.
I like pizza.
Or maybe... hold on. Murder Boxed Up or Slice of Murder.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Slice of Murder was the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then Michael something. Let's see, Michael who? Michael Buckley. And he wrote the Weirdies series.
I've also read one of those. I forgot. I think I just read the original The Weirdies. Yeah. The number 1 one.
It's a little strange, but it was also good. It's also
cute.
An Audible original.
Yeah. I've stepped away a lot from middle grade. It's like, eh.
But those are really well written middle grade. Like, I know why you would step away from middle grade because they're not all well written.
Yeah.
I think a really good, well written middle grade is when adults can enjoy it as well.
Yeah.
Robert Jordan, I only read one of his this year. And then, or last year technically. Melody Carlson. I read 3 of hers. Okay, so she did The Christmas Swap, which we talked about. She did Christmas at Harrington's, which was really good too. And I liked how the romance with that went because there was not really a romance throughout the whole book. And at the end, there was just sort of maybe a start of a romance where she gets asked on a date. So I felt like that was really, like realistic, for your time frame. And I thought it was really well written. And I think Melody Carlson, I haven't looked up anything about her, but I feel like she must be a Christian because a lot of her books have Christian themes to them.
Yeah.
The Christmas Tree Farm was a good one. That was the one that I was talking about where they sort of dated in high school, and then they were apart for 20 years, and they came back together.
Yeah.
That was a really good one, but I felt like the romance was rushed. So those were good. And then Bryn Kelly, I think I only read 2 of hers. Yeah. She's romance, and she's on Audible. They're Audible originals. They're full of bad language, though. And they're definitely not for tots.
Yeah.
Once Upon a Crime and A Murder to Remember. They're really good, though. The Murder to Remember was the one where she goes to England and she's staying at this place and she meets the man who owns the manor or whatever it's called. And they get roped into a real life murder mystery and solve it.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds fun.
It was fun. It was good. We could have left out some of the not for tot stuff. Once Upon a Crime was good. I think it actually had less of that in it. And it was the one where the sister went missing and the other sister was trying to find her. It was really good. And then Carrie Seam. Oh, that was the Flying Flamingo Sisters, which gave me my idea for the sci-fi thing. So it's Audible original, and it's done in a what are those things called?
Dramatized?
Yeah, it's dramatized, but like radio, like a radio hour.
Yeah.
Like a radio program from the 40s. That's how it's kind of done. And it was really cute. It was also a little bit fantastical, some of the stuff that they did, but it was really good. And I think that they were probably YA, but
I think you might like, from remembering it, there was cussing, but it was very funny, and it's sort of radio showy and stuff. But Space, 1984.
Oh.
And I don't remember the authors. I'm sure you
I'll
can
have to
find a
look it up.
picture.
Yeah.
But it was very funny, and it's like you're following this older lady who has to figure out, I think somebody's murdered, and she has to figure out what, like, there's some kind of secret coup behind everything, I think.
Oh.
I think I read it in, like, 2024.
Okay.
Maybe. But it was on Audible. And
Okay, I'll have to
whenever I
look it
had
up.
Audible. But
I think I have a couple credits.
I liked that one. That one was really good. It was really well done. And so you might like that one. I know it had cussing in it, though. I remember that. So you might not end up enjoying it. I think I'm sitting on your headphone wire.
That's crazy.
Whoops. Anyway.
And then, of course, I read 62 books, and I think my goal was 50.
You surpassed it.
Yes.
That's fun, though. That's when I get competitive, because it's like, oh, surpassing it is so fun. I don't know what she's looking for. I hope they don't give him his passy.
Do you still have it?
I do have them. They're not, like, obvious where they could see it and think. I almost texted him and, like, just so you know, if you see a passy, don't give it to him. But they're not very obvious. Like,
okay, well, hopefully she will.
I think she was just looking for his water. She just gave him his water cup. Anyway. Phew. So,
okay, go
continue.
back and... I'm done.
What?
Yeah, I think. I don't know what else to talk about. And I think we went over a good fair amount of books.
Did you do how many books did you actually rate?
None.
That's another thing?
It says 0 book. I rated 0 books.
Well, like, you do that, and my friend Lexi does that. Like, you might rate a book, you might not. And that's okay.
Well, I think I rated them on Everand.
Yeah.
But I didn't carry my rating over to Storygraph.
I used to do that, too. So sometimes when I am creeping on people's Storygraphs, I'll, like, see that Lexi read something that, like, maybe I recommended to her, and I don't see a rating, and I'm like, I gotta know, you know? So, that's the only reason I'm really asking.
So go back and tell us your first book of last year.
It's crazy. I didn't think it was this one. My first book of 2025 was Hidden Pictures by Jason Rekulak, because Christmas 2024, my sister-in-law was in town.
Mm-hmm.
She gave me that book to read. I borrowed it from her. So then I went ahead and read it. It was my first book I finished in 2025 when it rolled over, when the years keep going. They keep going and they don't stop going. Um, so that one was really good. I really liked that book. I remember that's probably like maybe not one of my favorite thrillers of the year.
Yeah.
Definitely one of my favorite thrillers. And at the time I read it, it was my favorite thriller. It was very good. That was one where this girl has been going through rough things, but now she's in this program where her sponsor is going to find her a job, a temporary job, so she becomes a nanny for somebody, a live-in nanny. They have like a little guest house thing that she can stay in. And she starts nannying the child. And the child starts drawing these pictures that start to become unsettling. And she's like, what's happening? Like, why is this child drawing this stuff? And at first they start off innocent and they're in the book. There are drawings in the book. And it was so fun. I'm so glad she recommended that book to me. And they start off innocent because, like, it's just a child drawing a bunny rabbit or whatever. And the first one that starts to become a little unsettling, I, like, turned the page and it was, like, there. And I, like, remember that I, like, physically jumped. Like, it scared me. So I was like, oh, my gosh. That was a good book. If you read Hidden Pictures, you really should read it physically. I got Katie to read it, actually. She really liked it. And the twist. I remember when the twist happened, it blew my freaking mind, Becky. Because I was like, I was ready for a lot of stuff to happen.
But not that.
But not that. And it was just, it shocked me. It shocked Katie as well. And I know my mom was going to read it, but I don't know if she ended up reading it. So my last book of 2025 is Home by Martha Wells, which is actually a short story set in the Murderbot series.
Okay.
Would you believe all of those Murderbot books are free on Kindle? Most of them are available on Everand. I had to pay 99 cents for that book. I could not read it anywhere else. And I was like, I really debated. I was like, it's only like 30-something pages. Why do I need to pay to read it? Out of all those books that are just available on Kindle Unlimited, this one isn't. It just... But you're following a human that the Murderbot particularly likes more than the rest of the humans and, like, respects and, dare I say, maybe loves in, like, a platonic way.
Yeah.
Not that Murderbot has admitted that it really that it really cares that much, but so you're following that person and, like, after some crazy traumatic events happen to them and what they're thinking and doing right after. And it's just a very short little book and it was good. Sorry, that may have been me. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I fixed it. So I'm not sorry. Yeah, so that was my first and last book. See if was there anything else. That was the longest book. Shortest book was also Home by Martha Wells. The least time spent, you didn't do that.
Oh yeah, I didn't. Let's see.
Least time spent for me was on Arc by Veronica Roth, which was actually, so it says it's just one day, but there's actually a lot of books like that. That was just the first one that was like that last year. So, and that was also probably the best one. I loved that book. That was a very good short story. Most time spent was 74 days on The Creeper. I don't think that's right.
Maybe it is. What's funny is in episode 10 you're talking about starting to read The Creeper, I think.
Maybe it is right, because then I must have started it and then not picked it back up for a while.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
In episode 10 you're not actually reading it. You just said maybe The Creeper will be the next thing I...
That might be accurate then. I do think I like picked it up and put it down, but 74 days. That's a long time.
You gotta do that pause
I
option.
I know. That was nonfiction. Oh, I didn't click on the nonfiction. That's right. Oh, I did. And it said it was Fuzz and the other animal one.
Yeah.
That's not nonfiction. I'm sorry. It feels like nonfiction when you read it, but it's not nonfiction. That's Bright Young Women by Jessica Knoll. It almost feels like true crime, but it is actually, I remember that. Yeah, it's like based, they don't say it, but it's basically based on Ted Bundy and the things he did. But, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, and the most shelved The most shelved by users on Storygraph that I also had a part in was Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin, which was a fantastic book, and I love that cover. That was a really good one. That was one I suckered the book club into. That was a good one that I tricked them into. And then Road of Bones was not good. They did not like it. I liked it. And then The Murder at Holly House, they all didn't really care for it that much. I liked it, though. I said, I'm done picking books for a while. Least shelved was Watcher of the Woods by Skyla Dawn Cameron, which I could see that. That was pretty good, though. It was spooky. Only 108 people. And then highest rated was Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins, the most recent Hunger Games book, of course. Naturally. 52 of the books you read were part of series. Yeah. Oh, there we go. I DNF'd 5 books. Blood Red by James A. Moore. The Stranded by Sarah Daniels. Far from the Light of Heaven by Tade Thompson. All Manner of Things Shall Be by Olivia Blake, which was a part of that Time Travelers series. Mm-hmm. And I started reading it and I was like, no, boring. I was literally like, I am not interested. Move on. The Mountain and the Sea by Ray Naylor. That was earlier in the year and I really wanted to like that one. Anyway. I read 1 book from my own shelf. Only 1? Crooked House.
I don't know why you're surprised by that.
By Agatha Christie. Is that right?
I think, because you DNF'd the other one, that would have been from your own shelf.
Well, so The Road is technically from my shelf.
Oh, okay.
I maybe didn't mark it, though, correctly. There's that other option. You gotta, go in and do that.
Yeah, I know.
The Last Monument was my own shelf. That technically was, but it was the book club, so they bought it at the time. So was that, but that's... The Last Murder at the End of the World was on my own shelf. Not a lot, though. Not a lot.
Was that 5 or 6?
Yeah, maybe. Dark Matter. Still not a lot. So, okay, it was more than 1. Okay.
If it makes you feel better, I didn't read any from my own shelf.
Yeah. Thanks. That makes me feel good. Sheesh. Okay, sorry. Now I'm done.
Okay. Well, it only took me 1 day to read The Adventures of the Egyptian Tomb by Agatha Christie. That was my least time spent. 88 days. We already talked about that.
Did you actually ever finish it?
Yes, I did.
Oh, good. I never finished my parenting book that I was reading.
That's crazy.
Which is also on my own shelf, technically. But I haven't read it, so.
Bram Stoker's Dracula was the most shelved by 305,350 users. The Raven and Other Poems was the least shelved by 1 other user. That's funny. The highest rated was the Book of Revelation.
That's kind of funny.
That's extremely funny.
We all enjoy apocalyptic fiction every now and then.
I explored 31 new authors, which was Akka Joshi and 6 Days in Bombay, which was a very good book.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend it for everyone.
Right.
But I really enjoyed it. Murder Boxed Up by Rosie A. Point, which I read several of her books. It was only new stories and ideas for you this year. No reread. Oh, okay. I didn't reread anything. I decided not to finish 2 books. Technically, though, Miss Marley was last year, not this year. It was 2024, not 2025. I don't know why that's on here.
Yeah.
And I don't know what this is. Judges. Oh, Jude. I can't read. I need glasses. I'm pretty sure
this
I finished
is so
Jude,
awkward,
though.
Becky. You're wearing glasses. Do you know that you're wearing glasses?
Oh.
I have to call someone, don't I?
Don't tell the girls. They already think they have to put me in a home.
Oh, jeez.
What is this one on here for?
Why are you in my statistics?
I'm just curious. It's at the bottom.
You didn't own any of the books you read this year.
That's true.
And it just has a picture of that one.
I'm like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. You're like, I know.
And Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde was actually sufficiently creepy, and it was good. There's a lot of cute covers on here.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. I'm done.
Okay. There's I sometimes watch a YouTuber, and her name is Books and Lala on YouTube, and she every year she does this buzzword. I'm freaking out. This buzzword challenge where she creates, like, for January, the buzzword is before and after, and that's for titles and whatever. And she's only done 2 years now that have covers as well. But anyway, I was going to try to do her buzzword challenge for 2025, and I failed miserably. Are
you off to a good start for 2026?
I mean, technically no, but I do want to try to do it. And I love that she did this last episode where she announced all of this. And she was like, you know what, though? You don't have to do it for that month. Like, you can switch it up. You can, as long as you can get it done at some point, that's all that matters. It makes people happy. That's what we want. And I was like, I'm glad you justified it, because that's how I maybe would have been able to do it last year.
Yeah.
But I was like, failed, done. So January's buzzword is before and after. So, which is not the Bookwoman of Troublesome Creek or Earth Abides.
Yeah.
So, I am technically reading something else, and that still doesn't count. So, I'm sure I'll be able to find one. And then February is Keyboard Keys, which I thought was cool. So, like, if the title has enter or shift or backspace or space or command option, whatever, like just a keyboard thing, which, you know, if you really get into it, could be any of the letters.
Yeah.
Which would make a book title. Which feels like a free bingo space. But I'm going to try to actually do, like, you know, delete, end. Like, there's a lot of things. March is this and that. So, you know, that. April is ordinal numbers. So, you know, like 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 16th, 29th, whatever.
Okay.
May is make, which I don't remember exactly what she said for that. Like, explained it. She likes to explain them so everybody really understands. But I'll figure that out.
Just rewatch the video.
Yeah, I'll do that maybe. June is a one-word title. So
none of those.
Well, no, because that's The Housemaid. Frieda, come on. July is occupations.
Hey, you could read Dracula.
That's one word.
It is.
I'm so smart.
It was a good book.
I'm so smart. I thought about, every time I think about Dracula, if that comes up in my mind, I think about, like, you know, your experience. And then, like, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Did I say that backwards? No. I feel like I say it backwards sometimes.
That's right, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
So I'm glad you've, like, gone ahead and read a lot of these things so that when I get to it, I'll know what to
expect.
Yeah. August is groups and clubs. September is me and my. October is parts of a house, which she mentioned should be easy because in October there's a lot of spooky books about, like, haunted houses and things like that, whatever. And she also said it doesn't have to be the house. It could be, you know, kitchen or something in the house. It could be just something in the house. So November, an instructional title, which was like how to do this, to do this, whatever. I know I just said that twice. A guide to this or whatever, like book club's guide to slaying vampires,
which could also double for your groups and clubs.
Right, that's right. So if anybody hasn't read that,
you want to do this challenge.
November. Oh, I just said that. That's the instructional title. Whoops, got excited. Oh, messed it up. December is superlatives, which I cannot think of what that is for the life of me right now.
That's grammar, so don't ask me.
Superlative definition. Oh, right, yeah, okay. The highest of the highest quality, like the best vampire, whatever. Like it has to be the best, not the great vampire. Like the best or greatest or whatever it is.
Like if The Greatest Showman was a book.
Yeah. So
I wonder if it is. That'd be a good one.
Might be. So I'm not gonna go over the cover one because I doubt I'll be able to achieve both. So that's another little goal. I'm not gonna stress out about it, but I would like to achieve it because I think it'd be fun. You know, it's like a bingo card. So.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm done talking.
Okay. I'm done talking too, so.
Phew.
Thank you, Kindred Spirits, for joining us for this episode, as always. It's wonderful to know that there are so many of you in the world. I hope that you enjoyed our nerdy episode. It's one of our favorites. We really enjoy discussing the books that we read and our stats and stuff like that, even though mine are never accurate because I don't know how to use Storygraph.
You can do it.
If you want to leave a comment under the video and tell us what your first book of 2025 was or whatever, leave us some of your stats so that we can look at it and see what y'all did. If there's any book that you'd like to recommend to us, we would love to take recommendations. And if there's any suggestions for us that you might have, we're willing to look at your suggestion and take it under advisement because we're willing to change the show a little bit. We don't want to get stale and boring. We want it to be interesting and fun. We also have merchandise in case you're interested. Neither one of us are wearing our shirts, but it's cold. So we're wearing sweaters.
Running on coffee and Jesus. So
but we do have shirts and we do have mouse pads and bags and all kinds of things. If you're interested in purchasing any merchandise, just let us know. Miss Tracy takes care of that for us. She's so good. One day we'll have a store where you can just go in and shop, but for now we don't. And so anyway, let us know if you want to buy anything. Check out Sideways Sheriff because he is still currently our only sponsor. And we appreciate him and all that he's done for this podcast. So check him out. He's on Facebook, Instagram. He is on TikTok, by the way.
Oh, good.
And he's also on YouTube. So check out his videos. It's very cool. Drifting is fun. I haven't done it yet, but maybe this year's the year. I'll take a ride.
That'd be fun.
I think so. I think the girls might like it too.
Yeah.
Or at least Ella would. She's probably terrified to do something like that, but we'll see.
She'd probably like it more than she realizes, but
Yeah.
it is, a little intimidating at first.
But anyway, so check him out. And I think that's everything. Until next time, stay happily booked.